What is your job?
Homicides and robberies.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jackson, previously we have gone over 3 homicides which have occurred. Okay?
Yeah.
One being in St. Louis, one being solely in East St. Louis, and then we had one that happened, that started in East St. Louis and ended in St. Louis. Okay?
Yeah.
The one we'd like to start with first is the one that happened in St. Louis, okay, in which a Ricky Williams was killed. Okay, that was back on September 17th at 3137 California. Can you tell us about your involvement in that case?
Yeah. Ricky, I fronted Ricky some dope. You know, me and him was cool. I fronted him approximately 4.4 grams of cocaine, pure cocaine. I was, you know, I told him to bring me $200 back. You know, he can make $500 off of it. You know, both of them together. I told him, you know, please don't accept my shit if he wasn't gonna pay me. And he said he wouldn't even play me like that. He gonna have my money that night, you know. So that night he still didn't have my money. And I told him, I insisted before I gave my shit. I begged. I said, man, please don't accept my shit, you know, because I got to have all my money. He took my shit. Then I ain't seen him for 3 or 4 days. When I saw him, he told me he still got it. He ain't been doing nothing. He ain't moved it yet. He gonna take care of me. I told him, man, just get my shit back. I said, cause you been starting some shit, just get my shit back. You know, at that time, you know, I could afford to lose the shit. It wasn't no trip. You know, it was the thing that he just beat me for my shit. Well, I told him, have my money that night. I ain't seen him for 2 or 3 days again. I saw him again, I asked him for my money. He said he gonna take care of me that night. You know, he met with me, then he still didn't have. Told me bills been slow, he ain't did nothing. So I don't see him. I'm asking everybody how they saw him. Ain't nobody seen him, you know. And I kept looking for him. And I finally ran into him about 2 weeks later. And he still didn't have my money. He told me to meet him, you know, that night. I tried to meet him that night. He ain't even show up. So that's about the 4th week I gave my shit. I was riding around, you know, looking for some more motherfuckers that beat me for some money, you know. And he didn't, you know, they wasn't at home, so I couldn't kill them, you know. One of them owed me $8, the other one owed me 10, you know, but they wasn't at home, so I ain't killed them. But being that I was in a killing mood, I decided to look for Ricky, you know. And I found him, you know. Me and somebody was with me, you know. I had dropped them off, dropped the guns off, we couldn't find Ricky. Then, as soon as I left there on the way home to go to bed, I synced him. I told him I was in front of an ounce of cocaine. I told him just bring me $1,000 back there to give him a chance to make my money and make him some money. He said meet him back there in an hour. I went back to the dude I dropped off, and I picked up, had him to get a couple guns, picked up a couple guns, 38 and Glock 10. The dude was with me had the Glock. I had the 38 with 6 shells in it. The Glock had 16. I rolled back around there. Ricky ain't came back yet. We rolled around the block a few times, waited around the corner, trying to see if we could see him pass on any street where he be on. And we ain't see him, and I kind of got spooked because it was dark and I kept hearing noises. So I left and drove around, asked some dudes if they saw him. They said there was a car down the street, some dude got smoked, and I started to kill him, but I said, no, I ain't gonna get him. So I went down the street, as soon as I pulled up in front of the house on California where Ricky was at, he had his mama car or something with a little white Cavalier. He came out, I ain't blow the horn, he just walked out. And he came up to the van, and I asked him, I say, I told him, I say, get in so I can give you this dope. I don't want to be out in the middle of the street doing it. I was standing in the middle of the street in a stolen van. He had water in his eye, like he knew I was gonna kill him. So I told him, I said, get in. He said, can I just give it to him right here? I said, no. I said, get in. I don't want nobody to see you give you the dope. And he said, you can just give it to me right here. He said, where you want me to get in at then? I said, go around and get in the side door. And he just stood there. And I see some tears coming from his eye. I said, you want it right here? He said, yeah. And I just reached out and shot him. I think I shot him in the face and he hit the ground. I just reached out the window and shot the other 5 bullets out there. And then the dude was with me, reached over the passenger side with the Glock and just shot about 10 shells out of it. Shot him up. And we pulled off, dropped the hot van off, and jumped in the legit car. And I went to the house and I ate me something and drunk a cup of coffee and went to sleep.
And that's basically it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was snorting heroin, you know, he fucked up my money.
How much money did he owe you?
He owed me $200. I gave him enough dope because he was doing bad. Me and the dude was cool, you know. He was doing bad, so I, you know, called myself helping him out, and he fucked me out my shit, you know. I gave him some dope to make more money than me, and plus it was almost pure cocaine, you know.
Did you refer to him by a nickname? Do you know him by his nickname?
Yeah.
What's his nickname?
Slick.
Okay. When you say you were in a stolen van, do you remember anything about this stolen van?
Yeah.
Where'd you steal it from?
Stole it out in the county somewhere. I don't know where I stole it. I stole it from somewhere, I think out there by Lindbergh.
Okay, you know what kind of van it was?
Yeah, like a utility van.
Okay. But you don't remember exactly where you got it?
No.
Do you remember how long you had it?
That day, I stole it the night before and put it up. Then I went and got it that night to go and kill these other 2 motherfuckers.
And who was that you were gonna kill?
My mama ex-boyfriend and, you know, who she was engaged to, and his son.
What's their names, you know them?
Yeah, Lil Harold and Big Harold.
You know their last name?
I forgot.
What street were they on that you went looking for them?
Alberta.
Okay, this is before you went looking for Ricky Williams?
Yeah, I just wanted to kill somebody. You know, they paid me most of my money, but they have been spending me about my money for a month.
How many people were with you when you killed Ricky?
Just one.
Are you gonna name that person?
Nope.
And why is it you won't name that person?
Because I don't honor no snitch.
What do you mean by that?
I do not tell on nobody.
Okay. So there's yourself and one other person.
Yeah, John Doe.
Okay. And you won't tell us his name?
Nope.
Okay. And what gun did you have?
I had the 38.
Can you describe the gun?
It's a black steel 38 special. Got detective special on the tip of the barrel, and it had a pearl handle with a chip on the handle.
Okay, where did you get that gun from?
I bought it from a dude that's be selling guns.
Who is he and where did you purchase it at?
I don't know his name. I purchased it through somebody else, somebody father. You know, he sell a lot of guns.
How much did it cost you?
I paid too much money for it, $135.
Okay. Now, this other person you referred to as John Doe, what kind of gun did they have?
Glock 10 millimeter Glock.
Okay, whose gun is that?
That's my gun.
That's your gun.
Yeah,
So that 38 and that Glock is both yours?
yeah,
Okay, you just let that person use the gun?
yeah.
Okay, can you describe that gun?
It's a black, was brand new in a box when I got it. A black gun made in like a square gun, automatic, with a hole in the back of the handle.
Where did you get that gun
I took it from a motherfucker.
at? Where was that at?
I ain't gonna say.
Why wouldn't you say where you took it from?
I just don't want to say.
Okay. So you took that gun?
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
It's about 3 months. They tried to kill the motherfucker I took it from. He just ran too fast.
Okay. Is there anything that we've left out in this incident that you can think of that we haven't covered?
Nah, that's it. Ricky pulled too many stunts.
And what do you mean by that?
He was stunning motherfuckers for their money. He stunted the wrong motherfucker. You know, stunted a motherfucker who was good too.
Meaning yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else on this that you want to discuss?
Nah.
Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah, at this time I would like to show Raphael this weapon. 10 millimeter Glock. It was seized from your house. Do you recognize this gun?
Yeah.
Which gun is this?
That's a 10 millimeter Glock.
Who had possession of this that night that Ricky Williams was killed?
John Doe.
John Doe. It's a 10 millimeter Glock. Stuff a pencil under there, have serial numbers on the slide here. Okay. Okay, it's a 10 millimeter Glock. Serial number on this is WY315. How many rounds does this weapon hold?
15 in the clip, 1 in the chamber.
16 total?
Yeah.
Okay. This gun's made out of plastic,
Yeah.
handle's plastic. Slide is steel.
Yeah.
Okay. I shoved the pencil in it. You mentioned, how many times did you shoot your 38 at Ricky Williams?
6.
And what about John Doe? How many times did he fire the gun I just showed you?
I think about 9 or 10. I forgot how many bullets was left.
Do you keep track of how many times you shoot?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Cause I try to leave at least a couple bullets in there. Most of the time.
Why would you do that?
Just in case somebody see me and get to chase me, I have at least 2 or 3 more for sure shots.
Anyone from, what if the police were chasing you?
I'm a killer.
And anyone, police, citizen, you're gonna kill them?
Yeah.
Okay. We covered the van, is that right? Where that was taken from?
Huh?
Did you tell us where you took the van from?
Yeah.
Earlier, you said when we talked about this, and we talked about this a little earlier when we interviewed you, You said you were laughing when you pulled off after shooting Ricky?
Yeah,
Why is that?
so I always laugh.
When do you always laugh?
When I'm excited.
What, obviously, shooting someone makes you excited?
Yeah.
And you dropped the van off? Where'd you drop this golden van off at? Could you tell us?
No,
Will you?
no.
I don't have anything further on Ricky Williams.
I thought of something, Raphael. When you said Ricky came up to the van, what side of the van did he come up to?
The driver's side.
Do you know which way you were facing on California?
Yeah. What's that, north, east, toward Gravois. That's east.
Okay. You're facing towards Gravois?
Yeah.
Okay. And to cover that 38, whatever happened to that 38?
I buried it.
Okay, you buried it.
No, I didn't. I kept it. No, I kept it with me at that time.
Okay, at that time you kept it with you.
Yeah.
And then later on, you buried it.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And where, to your knowledge, where's that gun at now?
In Detective Freddie Will's possession.
Okay. And we're gonna cover that again in detail. When we start talking about the other two cases, we're gonna cover that in detail about the 38. Okay? But anything else you can think about Ricky Williams?
No.
Con?
No. I don't.
Okay. So we've covered that. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk about the page 10 homicide. Okay? Now I'm gonna turn it over to Detective Wills from East St. Louis. Happened in his jurisdiction. He's gonna have some questions for you. Just go like we did here again. You explain to him what took place. Okay? Brad?
Raphael, on October 9th, 1999, this year, at page 10, nightclub in East St. Louis, a security officer was shot. Can you tell me about your involvement in that?
Yeah. Me, a Jane Doe, and a Jane Doe mother, and Jane Doe mother boyfriend, John Doe, went over to the club, page 10. And it was, we was in there, and we went back to the back by the bathroom. Her mother had to use the bathroom. She went in the bathroom. We were standing outside the bathroom waiting to take some pictures, waiting for her mother to come out the bathroom. And a big old guy, I think he was a gang member, a GD or something. He get the beating on the door telling her, come on out the bathroom, let me in here. And he said that a couple times. I told him, man, won't you just let the lady go and use the bathroom and she'll be right out, And he talking about, man, I want to use the bathroom. He say, bitch, come on out right now. I say, man, won't you show some respect for the lady and let the lady finish using the bathroom, man. She'll be out in a minute. And it was the woman's bathroom. And he said, what the fuck you got to do with it? I said, I got a lot to do with it, nigga. That's my people. And then I say, he said, and I said, that's her boyfriend right there. He said, well, he ain't saying shit. And he said, nigga, I am saying something. Won't you get up off the dope? And the dude started, going off on me, And then I started going off on him, cursing him out, and I heard a whistle. Then all these gang members, GDs up in there, started mounting up. All of them started coming back there. All of them was mounting up. I had a 38 in the club with me.
What kind of 38 did you have?
A 38 special, the same one I described earlier.
Okay, can you give me that description again?
Black steel with a pearl handle with a chip on that handle. We got detective special on the barrel. You know, I had that already in there. And he went up there, up front, started talking to all the dudes. The gals that was with me was telling me, leave it alone, leave it alone. I started going off on the way, walking away. And they started mounting up. All of them started getting together in a group, about 20 of them. So I told the girl I was with, I said, I'm just going to try to squash this shit so I won't fuck up all night. And I went over there to the dude, I told him, I said, man, hey, that ain't even no trick. We gonna leave that shit alone. That ain't about shit. And I stuck my hand out. I said, we gonna let that go. And he said, nigga, get your bitch ass out of my face. And I told punk ass nigga, handle your business, nigga. Nigga, it's on. Whatever you wanna do, nigga, it's on. And I went, got on the payphone.
Where's the payphone at?
Around, all the way up to the end of the board to the left. Right off the board. So I made a phone call, called somebody. John Doe 2, told him, come to the east side, you know, told him I was gonna send somebody down, cause page 10 hard to find if you ain't never been there. So I sent the girl and her mother, I told him to bring some shit over there. He brought a grenade, a Tech 9, and a 25 automatic. I sent them, when he called from the bridge and say he getting off the bridge, I sent them down to a club Illusion to meet him, so he could follow him down
Is
there.
it Jane Doe's?
Yeah, sent both of them down there. So they get back down there. I had the girl, they come back in and tell me that he there. So I called out front. I called on the phone, tell them I'm thinking about just going to kill one of these motherfuckers in here and leave. You know, and then he said, no, don't, you know, try to just walk out first, you know, and then, you know, see if you can just walk out. I say, all right. He said, cause he ain't want to be, you know, involved really in his, you know, car was registered in his name. So I had them, I sent the girls out the thing. I had the girl to bring the gun in. I gave the 25 automatic to the dude that was in there with me. I sent the girls out to get my 9.8 off the lot and pull it a little bit down the street, about a few buildings down the street, park in the middle of the street.
What color's your 9.8?
It's just a color.
Okay.
You know, we parked it down about a couple buildings from the club in the middle of the street, and I had the dude, the other John Doe, parked behind them in the middle of the street. And I'm talking on the phone. I tell them, I say, I'm gonna send the dude out first, and then I'm gonna come out behind him, just in case. Cause the dudes kept going in and out the club like they was mounting up and strapping up out there. So I sent the dude, I told him I'm gonna send the dude out. When he get in the court, then I'm gonna come out just in case they get to shooting. I won't have him in the middle of the shit. But before, so I tell him we ready to come out now. Then as soon as I said that, the police, he come over there, the guard on the door, and start pet search, saying somebody say you got a gun on.
You said the police. Can you describe this guy to me?
Only a white guy. I don't know what he looked like.
What do you have on?
He had on a security guard uniform,
Okay.
and he had an automatic 9mm on.
Did he have it in a holster?
Yeah, it was a Beretta, you know, so a small Beretta. So I'm talking on the phone still, and I see him over there petting the dude down, feeling all on his clothes, and he turned around and pointed. He had the gun on the dude while he was petting. He turned around, pointed the gun at me on the phone about 5 feet away. So I turned sideways like I couldn't hear, so he wouldn't be tripping on me, because he pointed the gun at me, because he knew we was together. And then he turned the gun back on him. When I turned my back, I reached in my inside Tommy jacket, pulled the hammer back. Only had 4 bullets in the gun. I think I shot somebody earlier, I don't know. I pulled the hammer back, and he felt the gun on the dude in his right pocket. As soon as he put his security guard put his gun in the holster. When he felt the gun, he dug in the dude's pocket. That's when I pulled the gun up and just shot him 4 times. and everybody in the club ran. I ran out, and didn't nobody really see it, cause it was fog, real thick fog and storming outside. I ran down the street, jumped in the car, and rode and made a wrong turn and ran the car off the road. Cause we made a wrong turn, so I tried to make a U-turn, and the car went down on a little ditch. It was too muddy to get it out. Then we got out, got ready to start walking, and here come the other John Doe. He pulled up, picked us up. I was gonna have to pull my car out. He said, "Fuck it, leave the car." I snatched my papers out of the car, and we went on back to St. Louis.
Okay. Now,
And I had on a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy hat. Both of us had on Tommy gold glasses. Me and the girl had on Tommy gold glasses. I had on a Tommy hat. I had on a Tommy shirt, a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy belt, Tommy pants, and Tommy shoes, and Tommy socks. Up under my blue jean jacket, I had a New York jersey on, beige with blue New York signs on. Under the Tommy jacket, you can see it a little bit, because she had on a New York jersey.
so both of you and the Jane Doe basically dressed alike?
She had on jeans, and both of us had on New York jerseys. I had mine over Tommy's shirt and under a Tommy jacket.
Okay. Now, after,
We had glasses on,
okay. Now you say after you ran out the club, you got started. Where's your car now?
I don't know. I went back over there about 4 days later to pick it up, pull it out the ditch, it was gone.
Okay. The gun you used, the 38, where is it now?
You got it in your possession.
Okay. How did I get that gun?
A friend of mine, a real close friend of mine, I had told him, that somebody else killed the dude with a gun that I had, which was Slick, but I killed Slick, but I had him under the impression that somebody else killed, so he got locked up out of Lambert Field. They had like 5 keys and a lot of cash, so they locked him up and had him in the federal hold. The feds was holding him, and they holding him without bond. So he trying to make bond. He trying to get any kind of bond set so he can get out. He asked me, cause I still had the gun. I told him that I bought the gun from the dude. And I buried it in his backyard.
You buried in whose backyard?
In the guy's backyard. I don't know his name. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. On Missouri and Potomac, I believe. But I told him that the dude who killed the dude, I had already told him this way before he got locked up, that dude killed him. And so when he got locked up, he had asked me what I do with that gun. He asked me where that gun was. I told him that gun is in the dude's backyard. The dude on Missouri. He said, did I know where he buried it? I told him, yeah, I know where he buried it at. So I ain't know nothing about the deal with you at first. He done made a deal with you. I don't honor no snitching, And he asked me if I talk to you to help ID this dude and say I was over there in page 10 with him, because that's who the murder was gonna go on. Him and his gal, they fit the paper, the strips, the sketches in the paper.
How you know it was sketch in the paper?
Because it just came out about a week ago and somebody showed it to me.
Okay, what kind of paper we talking about?
I don't know, I think a Granite City paper.
You talking about a newspaper?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's 2 sketches in there.
Okay.
A girl with some big brown glasses on, and a guy with a low haircut, long peanut head, and some square glasses. Now round gold glasses. And the girl had a lot of hair on her head. Ugly bitch. And in the meantime, he made a deal with you. You know, that you will try to talk to the prosecuting attorney about getting him out on bond and easing his sentence. And so he informed you about the gun being buried over there. You know, and that's when he called me and told me that about the deal that he trying to make over there. You know, about the guard. He said they locked the dude up for 3 days and let him go. Because they went over there and dug up the yard and all that, and the gun wasn't there. You know, I knew what a gun was because I put it there. You know, so he called me. He said, man, they said they went over there, the homicide detectives came back over to see me. They said the gun was over there. They dug the yard up, metal detectors and everything, they ain't found no gun. I say they lying. He said, won't you go over there and check and see if the dude still got the gun buried over there? Because he under the impression that the dude had the gun over there, you know, and the dude put the murder down. I ain't never tell him that I did, you know. And he, so I went over there 4 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, I buried the gun about 2 days before y'all supposed to went over there. And I went back over there after he talked to you and said he gon', you know, guy in college, you know, he don't want to be involved. He work at General Motors. He don't want to be in the middle of that. So I called you. I went over there and dug the gun up. I dug up one hole with my fingers. It was about 4 inches under the ground, 5 inches under the ground. It wasn't there. I went over 6 inches and pulled it right out the ground. It had got rusted a little bit since it been in the ground in a plastic bag. I wiped the whole gun off, and I wiped the bullets off, put 2 bullets in there. You know, last time when I shot the guard, I only had 4 bullets in the gun. So I wiped the bullets off and put 2 bullets in it and lined the chamber up so it'd be on, you know, fire, you know, ready to fire, the last 2 bullets. And that was the last time the gun was fired. And I went and got the gun, went around to the payphone, put some gloves on, wiped the change off, and called you and told you. He called me and asked me, did I see the gun? And he said, asked me to take it to y'all. Say, I'm not getting in the middle of that shit. One, I don't know, snitch. You know what I'm saying? This dude been law to me all these years. You know what I'm saying? When he was out, gave me any, you know, I can get, if I need anything I ask for him, saying I can get. If I need $10,000 here to hurt, you know, it wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying? And I did that for him. Other than that, I wouldn't have been in that shit, period.
Okay. So when you called me, what did you tell me you was gonna do with that gun?
I told you I was gonna get you the gun. I said I was gonna bring the gun to you. What side you gonna drop it on? I said on St. Louis side. You said you don't know your way around too much in St. Louis. So I said I'll bring it on the east side. You said where you gonna put it? I said I'll tell you that after I put it where I'm gonna put it. I went over there, drove over there. Wiped the gun down again, put it in a white towel. They asked for Kool-Aid or something on it. Dropped it in the trash can in front of Mickey's, the club right there about 50 feet from the police station, right there on the corner of the police station. I drove back across the water. As soon as I crossed the bridge, I went to the south side, wiped my change, I put my gloves back on and called you. And told you where I said. You said you wasn't in the station right now, but you going to pick it up. And I told him, he called, I told him, you got the gun, and I said, you said you was going to pick it up, so you should have the gun.
Is there anything else you can tell me about you shooting the security guard at page 10? Was there anything else involved in this?
I ain't wanna kill him. I'm disappointed. I'm not really disappointed. I didn't wanna kill him, but I didn't give a fuck. You know, but I was disappointed because I didn't get to kill the motherfucker who got smart with me.
Detective Wright, do you have any questions? Did you shoot anybody else while you was at page 10?
No, what happened, let me ask you a question. When the guy came up, did he get, the other guy that got shot, did he get hit with a different kind of bullet?
I'm not aware of that. I don't
If
know.
he got hit with a different kind of bullet, then it was that Tech 9 that shot him. Because unless one of my bullets, because the guard, in the paper it said the guard got hit 4 times. So if either bullet went through the guard and hit the other person accidentally, or when he ran out, when everybody broke and ran out the club and I ran over to the car, some guy came out, bending over like he been shot. And the John Doe 2 just started shooting the whole front of it with the Tech 9. And that's what we pulled off. He thought those people coming chasing me.
And is that it?
Yeah, so if he got shot, either a bullet went through the guard and hit him with one of the shells, or when he came out, one of the Tech 9 bullets hit him.
Do you know the guy's name that you buried the gun in his backyard?
Oh, you know it though.
I just want to know that you know it.
I robbed him before too, and I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
Are you 100% sure that he lived on Missouri?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I kicked this house in.
Okay.
He used to sell dope. I kicked this house in and took all this shit.
All right.
I forgot his name.
So
Do you know his nickname?
That's the name I know him by. What it start with? A D?
I'm not.
I know his name. I forgot it though. I know him.
I'm gonna cover one thing with you about the page 10 and then Ricky Williams. That 38 that was used to kill the security guard, is that the same gun used to kill Ricky Williams?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you buried it, it went to the possession of East St. Louis Police.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you gave them that gun.
And the same Tech 9 used in the other homicide, or the other shooting, is the same Tech 9 that was shot at page 10. That possibly the other guy got hit with.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go now to on November the 20th. We used an address in St. Louis because the guy died in St. Louis, but this was a carjacking that started in East St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. This happened a few days ago.
Yeah.
Would November the 20th be correct?
I suppose that's about right.
What time do you think that was?
Probably about 4 o'clock, 3:30, about 3 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, why don't you explain that to us now, that your involvement in that incident?
I went over there, I stole the van, I don't know where I stole it from. And I had a driver, I had another little guy with me. I let him use the tech before I took the 38 and put it in the trash can. I took it out that night after I buried it and took it for one last round. I put the 38 on me and the 10 millimeter. I wiped all the bullets off, all the guns, and loaded all. I put 28 bullets in the Tech 9 and I put 15 in the clip and one in the chamber at a 10 millimeter. And we rolled on the east side. And we just riding around looking for balls, motherfuckers with money, and rims and beats. You know, and we pulled up on a club, whatever the name of the club, I don't know the name. I was across the street from this club, sitting on the lot waiting for somebody to pull up that looked like they might have some rims, beats, and some money. And some 3 guys pulled up, burgundy, looked like about an 85, 86 Cutlass pull up, and they got some loud music in the trunk. They pull up and park. So we sitting back there, and they don't get out. I'm waiting for them to get out, so we get the masses ready, but they don't get out. They keep the car running. And for a couple minutes, then they bag up and pull. They was blocked in, so they bag up and turn and pull at the tip of the lot where, if they wanted to, they could pull right into the streets. And they, so I had my driver to drive around the block and pull through a back alley lots or something back there and pull around, let us off right past a little shed or garage or something. And we put our masks on. I had the 38 in my hand, the gloves on, and the Glock. And the other guy, he had his mask on. He had an orange mask on. I had a white screen mask on with a hood and a Tommy sweatsuit. So we jumped the fence and ran across the lot. I pointed the 38 and 10 millimeter to the passenger window and told every motherfucker to get out. And the other dude who was with me, he pointed the Tech 9 at the driver's side. And the driver got out, which was Keith. He got out, he made him sit in the back on the driver's door in the back seat. And the other guy, no, that wasn't Keith. The one that jumped out was on the driver's side in the back. Keith was in the middle. And Woodman, he was the driver. And the guy that was with me got on the passenger side. I was on the passenger side in the back. I had the Glock pointed toward them two in the back, and the 38 with the hammer cock pointed toward the guy in the front. And the guy was with me in the front, had the Tech 9 pointing toward the drive. We made them drive. I wasn't gonna kill nobody. You know, I wouldn't let all of them. I was just gonna drive them close to the St. Louis Bridge and make all of them get out. And then drive on across the water, because I didn't want them to know that we was going to St. Louis. And we get about a block, half a block down the street, and I look at the guy on the door in the back, and I say, I don't trust you. You look like you would try me. You look like you a threat. And 5 seconds later, the motherfucker jumped out. I just got to shooting at him while he was jumping out. Shot him while he was jumping out the car. And we were going about 30 miles an hour, and then the back driver window in the back seat, shot from the side or something. We drove off, and I told them, you know, me and the guy in the back, I let him put his hands down, fry up a cigarette. We smoked a cigarette together, and I let him drink his, you know, he had some Hennessy. Me and him drank a little Hennessy together. I told him I ain't gonna kill him. You know, y'all some good brothers, you know. Just don't try what your friend try, be no damn fool. I say I ain't gonna, you know, I'm gonna let y'all live, just don't be tripping. I took my mask off then, you know, but they kept turning around looking at me. So we got by the bridge, and I told him to go and drive across the bridge. He tried to speed, and I told him to slow the motherfucker down. And I told the guy that was with me, I said, this motherfucker keeps speed, or maybe he don't keep his head straight, we'll kill him from there. You know, as long as y'all keep y'all head straight, you know, and don't make no motherfucking mistakes or try nothing funny. You know, we ain't gonna trip with y'all. We just want your car, your rims, and your beats. So he I told him, I said, police pull us over, you just pull over. I say, all the windows tinted in the back of the car. I said, you just pull over. I say, the police hit their lights. When the police get out and start walking up toward the car, I'm a killer. I'm gonna kill all y'all motherfucking ass. I say, no, just be cool and I ain't gonna trip with you. I just want your money, your car, and your rent. So we drive on 70. I tell him to get off at Branch Street. And I had to ride around her and where it's a deserted area. Where it ain't no cars, no number one house around the corner. We ride around the corner and I tell him to get out. I put the 38 in my pocket and took the Tech 9 from the guy that was with me and pointed it, bagged up about 10 feet and pointed at both of them while I had the other guy to search both of them. After he searched them and got money off of him, and I told him to take his jacket off and throw that in the car. Then I told both of them to get on their knees on the ground, put their head behind their back, and until we drive off. So the guy that was with me got in the car. I gave him the tech back. He got in the car. I went around the driver's side because he said he couldn't drive that good and fast. So I got on the driver's side. I started the car up and I got back out. I said, I forgot. So I walked over to Keith and just started shooting. I shot him. He fell and jumped back up and started running. And I just kept shooting and he ran and hit a corner on me. And then I said, how the fuck this motherfucker steady running? Then the other guy, I say, fuck him, because the other guy, Wooden, was running down the street. He was almost at the corner. So I ran around, jumped in the car, and floated all the way to the corner. And while we was riding down the street, the guy that was with me got to shooting the Tech 9 through the front window, shooting at Wooden. And Wooden got to the corner, his leg gave out, he started stumbling. And he turned the corner and fell. So I turned the corner in the car, and the guy that was with me just got to shooting with the Tech 9 while he was laying on the ground. And I reached over from the driver's side and shot at him twice, and drove off and turned. And it was a roadblock. I made the wrong turn, so I just went through that, drove the car, and to a spot. Or a vacant house there. Took all the music out the car, radio, all the little property. And then I drove the car somewhere else till we could take the rims off. We left that till a couple days. We finally got the rims off the other day because they had locks on. Me and the other two dudes. We took the rims off and now the car still put up to this other dude come get it so he can cut the motor out, and then I can have the tow guy who I know with the tow truck to come pick it up and take it and smash.
Is that basically it?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you gonna tell us where that car is now?
No,
Are you gonna tell us who the other two people who were with you?
no.
And why is that?
I don't tell on no motherfucker.
Okay.
Raphael, I have one question for you, Raphael. Did you ever, at any times while you had these three people that you carjacked, did you ever tell them that you was the person that killed the security guard at page 10?
No, I didn't tell him that. I think I told him that. But I ain't had no intentions on killing them, none of them, until that fool jumped out the car with me. And when he jumped out the car, and then they started looking at me. I said, I'm gonna kill all of them.
How do you keep referring to these guys, some of these guys by name? How do you know their names?
Because I read the paper.
Okay, so you don't know.
No.
You're getting their names from the paper?
Yeah.
Okay. Was this random?
What?
This incident, was it random? Were these guys just picked at random?
Yeah, they had rims and beats.
When you say
They
beats,
advertised.
when you say beats, what do you
Loud
refer?
music, a whole
Okay.
lot of loud music. They was advertised. They was just waiting on somebody to come in. Okay.
What does rims and beats do to you?
Make my dick get hard. When I see rims and beats and gold chains and bank rolls.
What's it make you want to do?
Make me want to take their shit.
If they won't give it up, what do you do?
I kill them. And I car.
And then what?
I car.
Calm.
I car like a motherfucker. My dick get hard when I see the rims and beats. And I come when I kill them for their shit.
So these guys were basically picked out because of the rims.
But they
Yeah, you-
advertise. Had all that shit on their car.
Okay.
And that loud ass music.
All right. Well, again, the search warrant was done at your house early this morning.
And you took the wrong shit.
Stereo equipment, is that what you're referring
Only
to?
thing he is in there is that cassette player and the CD changer.
Okay, that goes to
Two little speakers, that's it.
that goes to the
And his jacket.
Okay.
Ain't nothing else in there. All that stuff y'all took. The rims y'all took, them ain't the rims. He didn't have no, them some $4,000 rims y'all took out the house. And them rims is my brother-in-law rims. And the only reason they sitting in there because he took them off his car, because he went to California, he didn't want nobody to steal his rims. Because he don't have a alarm on his car. Them is Dayton's. Them Dayton rims. The rims he had was some some kind of chrome rims. They had Vols on it too. But they didn't have no brand new Vols and they wasn't no Dayton's.
What were you gonna do with those rims?
What rims?
The ones you got off the car from East St. Louis?
They sold.
They were sold?
Yeah.
Who'd you sell them to?
They already sold. That was somebody else cut. They sold them. I don't know who they sold them to.
They sold them,
Yeah, that's somebody else cut.
meaning somebody else that was involved in the incident with you?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of van did you guys use to go to East St. Louis?
A stolen van.
Where'd you steal it from?
Somewhere in St. Louis City. And we had that put up.
Did you ever go inside the nightclub that you saw these guys at?
No,
Do you know anyone at that nightclub?
never even seen the nightclub before.
Was this a murder for hire?
No,
No one hired you to do this job?
no. Sometimes somebody might tell me they want these particular rims or them particular rims, and I'll go out and get them.
But in this case, no one told you anything about these three guys?
No. They just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and had the wrong shit on their car and was making too much damn noise.
Noise bother you?
No, them motherfucking beats.
It's like,
The sounds that it excite me. You know,
So at this point, you're not gonna tell us who the guys are you were with, Jim? Where the rims of the car are or where the car is at?
me and two ghosts on that murder. Me and another ghost on the other murder. Me and another ghost. Me and three ghosts on the other.
Okay.
I'm fully responsible for whatever.
Okay. Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah, Raphael, real quick. Do you always read about your crimes?
I read about everybody's crimes, not just what I do. I read the paper. I buy the paper every day. Read about everything. I love to read.
Do you know how many shots you took at these guys?
22 shots was fired out that Tech 9. No. 22 shots from the Tech 9, and it was 13 shots fired from the 10 millimeter.
You keep kind of track of this stuff, right?
I know how many bullets I put in my guns,
Do you know what bridge you crossed? I'm sorry.
and I know how many bullets. I always check, see how many bullets I got left.
Do you know what bridge you crossed to get over from East St. Louis back to St. Louis, Missouri?
The one right there by Club Illusion, where you get on by the casino. What's that, 64?
That would be Poplar Street Bridge.
Yeah, well, that's the one I crossed.
Describe the jacket. What kind of jacket did you take from the victims that you caught?
Brown, probably black leather jacket.
What size?
3X, got a little button miss, a button broke right there. A
Did the
new,
jacket fit you?
yeah, except the sleeves. Sleeves a little long. It's a new leather jacket, except a button missing under the pocket.
How big was that bag that you took the jacket from?
Bigger than all, yeah. I guess he was probably near his size.
You speaking of his side, you speaking of Detective White sitting over there?
Yeah, probably about 220, about 5'11", 6 feet tall, about 220.
What did you do with the, you sold the rims, right? The wheels?
That was somebody else's rims.
How much you get for them? How much they get for them?
I don't know, I think he got about $300.
What about the stereo equipment?
Oh, that should been pieces. Then I sold 3 amps and a crossover for $250. And I think the woofer case with the two 12-inch woofers, them I think I got $150 for them. And the rest of the other shit, CD chains, a stereo, and 2 little speakers, still right.
What about, are you drunk or under the influence of drugs while you're doing this? I mean,
I don't mess with no drugs.
you don't use drugs?
No.
Do you drink?
I'll drink a bird, maybe 2.
Did you drink to go do this? Any of these crimes?
I think I drunk a bird. 1 bird. I don't never drink more than 1 or 2. You know?
Would that be safe to say you don't get intoxicated?
No, I don't think I drunk nothing. I don't drink. Only time I drink if I go out, I drink a bird. And I don't mess with no drugs.
But never more than 1 or 2 beers.
Or 1 drink, or 1 glass of drink by itself. Nothing else.
The jacket, what did you do with this jacket? Where'd that jacket end up?
At my house.
That's the jacket we seized from your house?
Yeah.
We seized a bunch of stuff, obviously some of it was wrong, had nothing to do with any of the crimes you've done.
Yeah, y'all even took my van. And that van ain't got nothing to do with my brother-in-law's van.
As you put it, you never used your van to put any work in, do any jobs, okay?
I ain't never killed no motherfucker in that. I ain't never been involved in no murders in that van. I would've stole a car or 2 in the van, you know, but that's it.
No murders.
I ain't never even shot nobody in that van.
All right, this is an Intertech 9mm Luger. It's a Model Tech DC-9. It's made in Miami, Florida. Serial number. Sorry.
So that's what you want? Got it, thank you.
I have a magazine that shows up in a didn't bring over. Does this look familiar right now?
Let me see if it's.
Hold on, well, I'll let you see it just a second, how about?
Just look at it.
And where was this gun at?
In my black leather briefcase.
What was with that? In the black leather briefcase?
a 10mm Glock, the one you got over there.
These two guns were together.
Yeah, a couple masks and 1 or 2 pair of gloves. And I think a phone number was in the bag.
You wear the mask and you keep all the guns and everything together.
Sometimes I just happen to, I just put them all together because I had to move all this shit out.
Okay. And on this particular incident that we're speaking about, the carjacking in East St. Louis, Illinois, the shooting in East St. Louis, these were the 2 guns used. And which gun did you have in your possession?
I had the 10mm and the 38.
Okay. This one?
Yeah,
And for a short period of time, I believe you said you also had this one in your possession.
yeah. I had both. I had 38 and both of them.
Okay.
I had them in each hand.
Now, the 38 you're talking about, are you still talking about the Pearl Hammer 38? Prior to giving to me, you used that
I
weapon?
gave it to you the next day.
You didn't actually fire any shots on that weapon that night. You said you had put it in your pocket when you held those 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just like having 2 or 3. Make a motherfucker move a
You
little.
said there was a phone number in your briefcase. Whose phone number is that?
I don't know. I know it was a number in there because I hid it from my wife.
Okay, your wife didn't know that briefcase was in there?
But no, listen.
Did your wife know that briefcase was in there?
Huh?
Did your wife know that briefcase was in there?
No, she didn't know it was up there.
Okay.
It was a number. It was a number I had found. A girl gave to me. She had wanted to buy some, but I ain't want my wife to find it because she'd think that I was fucking around with her.
Okay. Fred, do you have anything?
No, that's
Tom?
basically it.
I think everything else.
But let's put some of this other shit on tape.
What do you, well, I was gonna get into some things here that we talked about. First of all, how many people you think you've killed?
Quite a few.
When you say quite a few, what do you mean?
Maybe 4 or 5. Some of them, I just shot so many people, I don't even remember.
You don't even know if they died, people you've shot.
Yeah, I just shot a lot of people.
Sometimes it doesn't make the newspaper or the news, and you may not see it.
I shot a whole lot of people in the last couple of months. I don't know how many.
Do you remember any specifics where you were?
Yeah. Shot up a house over on Natch Bridge. Tried to put a robbery down, but they ain't want to cooperate. Yeah. And they tried to run, so I just shot the house up. Every motherfucker trying to run up, back up in the house. That one, Natch Bridge or somewhere.
What gun did you use?
Yeah, I had Tech 9. Yeah, I had Tech 9. I had a different guy with me that night. Over at the living room about a couple of weeks ago. About a week and a half ago. This motherfucker didn't want to cooperate. I got 2 guns on this motherfucker and this motherfucker. And I got him blocked in. The motherfucker hit the car in the back and drive off. He wanted to keep his chain and his money. Boy, I shot the whole motherfucking car while he was pulling up. I shot all the runners, I shot the whole car.
What kind of car was it?
Delta 88, old Ragnar Delta.
Where's the living room?
On Martin Luther King and Woody, I think.
Raphael, why did you like that Tech 9?
Because I don't know how to shoot it. The other guy that I had with me, he know how to shoot it. When you hold the trigger and it keeps shooting, it jam up. You got to, shoot it like that and it won't jam. And plus, when you jack the bullet, if you don't let it pop back by itself, you can put a bullet in the chamber and push it down, pull it out, and you can fire the motherfucker and it ain't gonna shoot at all. It's tricky. And then when you shoot it too fast, the motherfucker lock up. probably shoot 2 bullets and the jam up.
So you say you probably killed 5 people, but you can't remember any specifics about, you say you shot so many people?
Yeah,
How long you been out of prison?
about 15 months.
15 months?
Since August of last year, August 26th.
So are these killings taking place in that 15-month period, or is this before
In
you
2
went?
months.
What's that?
In 2 months.
In 2 months? Well, what's going on in these 2 months? Why do you have to kill in 2 months?
I don't know, what if I need money?
Is that basically it? Money?
Yeah,
Okay.
the motherfuckers don't know how to cooperate and look the other way and just give me their shit.
So you're saying they should cooperate?
Yeah, I cooperate. I can have that Tech 9 and that Glock in my hand. If I got both of them facing down and a motherfucker walk up to me and put their gun in my head, they can have both of them motherfuckers and they can have every motherfucking thing I got. I'll get naked for them. You can have the motherfucker. That outdrawing the motherfucker, that shit only work in the movies. Yeah.
Well, the last thing I want to cover with you is what we talked about was going to happen over the weekend. Can we talk about that?
About the ammo code?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna hit them. I wasn't gonna hit them, I won't have them.
Well, explain that to us.
I got a motherfucker inside ammo code. Supposed to be $15,000 to $20,000 coming out of that Monday morning. I was gonna have somebody else, my partner, to hit him. I was gonna go steal a car Sunday night, about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was gonna park it down by the brewery. And then when I go down, then I drive a legit car, park it about 10 blocks from the station, filling station I was gonna hit. And I was going 7 o'clock in the morning, get in the store, I was gonna get a stolen van, get in the stolen van, throw a bike in there. I wasn't gonna print no gun, I was just gonna get the little guy with me, get him a gun and a mask and the bike, and we gonna ride down by the ammo code. And when the lady come out, it's a little lady, a little mixed lady. She come out every morning between 7:30 and 8:30, and she got a bag full of money. And she already said she ain't coming in Thursday or Friday. So it's gonna be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday money in there, Monday morning. On the weekend, it's $10,000 to $15,000 in there just for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this was $15,000 to $20,000. So I won't have him, when the lady come out, have the bike outside the van, let him ride over there, put the gun in her head, take the bag, and ride the bike back over there, throw it in the van, and ride the van 10 blocks away, and take the bike out, and goddamn drive, get in the legit car, and drive it down to this house, right there around the corner, and put the guns and the money up, then drive on the way back to the south. And then I was gonna go change clothes, we go back down there where I stashed the money in somebody's house and the guns, get my guns and money, bring all my guns back to the south side, put them up, and split the money up. I was gonna give her a foot or whatever it was. If it was $16,000, I was gonna give her $4,000. I was gonna give her her money, and I was gonna get my little partner his money. Then keep him with me all day so he won't spend it all in one place. Then when it get dark, I will drive over to Illinois and kill him and take his money.
So you're gonna rob your own partner after he does a robbery?
I won't, yeah,
You gonna tell us who that partner is?
nope.
Even though you were gonna kill him?
He the same one was with me in Illinois
Which time?
this time.
I'm the carjacking Illinois. So you say her, so you had a her inside the ammo code, fix him up.
Yeah. Now, she
I don't know if we talked about it before, but you said you were gonna park the car at the brewery. You're talking about the Amoco station at Madison and North Blossom?
No,
I mean, is that what you're talking about?
fish for too much information. See that it ain't go down. So
Oh, no, it didn't go down. It didn't go down. Was that the Amoco you're talking about?
I was gonna retire after that.
You're gonna retire.
Yeah, I was gonna go get me a job. That was my last big hit. I was through.
Okay. Raphael, is there anything else that you want to cover that we haven't covered? Brad, you got something?
Raphael, you mentioned something about a restaurant in Illinois. That you shop at a restaurant or something.
That happened about 6 o'clock. That's when Rolex was. What day was that?
Club Roulette, is that the club that you took the car from, is that
What day
correct?
was that?
That was, Saturday
Saturday
morning.
Okay, this was Friday, about 6:30 in the evening then. I went over there.
And what happened?
I pulled up in the same hot van we had earlier. That same hot van we used on the Rolex. We drove over there early. Yeah, it just got dark, pulled up to the filling station. I mean, the liquor store or something. And the guy had a Regal with some Davies on it. And he was in the liquor store. I seen the rims and I was passing, so I pulled up on there, parked right by him. And he saw us park right there by the car. So he came out, got in his car and got ready to leave. So I started pulling off and I flagged him. I said, asked him, do you want to buy some music, some amps and all that shit? He said, yeah, what you got? I tried to get him to get out the car so I could jack him for his car. And he said, kidnap him. He said, I told him to go in the store and get an ink pen and write his number down. Write my number down. He said, just follow him around the corner to his restaurant. So we went around the corner. He went in the club. There was a lot of people on the lot watching. He came back. I'm sitting in the passenger side. I got my drive in there. I got the Glock. I took the gloves off my hand so he wouldn't see gloves on my hand. I had the Glock sitting right on my side. And my other little guy, he was in the back with the Tech 9. So I took, dude wrote the number down right on the van on a piece of paper. Wrote page number down. Then he walking away. I tell him, come here, won't you give me your number? And he said, hold up. He came back, started writing his number down. And I grabbed his arm. I said, nigga, get in. And he broke and ran. So I just started shooting out the door, and I opened the door and just started shooting at every motherfucker on the whole lot. Shooting at him, every motherfucker on the lot. Then, and the little guy in the back, he ain't open the door because the door in the van swing open. And he ain't want to block my shots. But I seen the dude fall. I got shot at least about 6 times. Then I jumped back in the van, we pulled off. And soon we get about to the end of the club, it's a door. Everybody started coming to the door looking down. I just shot at all of them while we was speeding off. Then we got stuck by a train track. A train was coming back. So we had to go all the way a different way to get past the train.
Now, where was you at? Where about in Illinois is
I
that?
think it was Vegas. From the home.
Did you remember passing anything, any place you can think of that you passed up?
Liquor store on the corner. Liquor store on the corner. Restaurant right around the corner.
What kind of liquor store? Was the name of it, anything?
I don't know his name, but I think it had a white front, white or light blue front. And the restaurant right around the corner. Right down the street. There's a lot of cars, a lot of black people right there. All of them hang out on the lot.
What kind of restaurant, you know?
Looked like a baller restaurant. Looked like where all the ballers hang out.
What's a baller?
Niggas with money that sell dope. And got jewelry on, got money. some real money.
Not quite.
Anything else?
No. Nothing, you know, I plead guilty to everything, you know, that I admitted to on the tape, as long as the state prosecutor ain't seeking the death penalty. You know, if she, wanna plead for life without, you know, I plead guilty to that. You know, but if she seeking the death penalty, then I'll say the same motherfucking thing. We can go to trial and just spend some money and take me to trial and let them find me guilty and try and give me the death penalty. But if she waive the death penalty, she can get a plea bargain on all the shit. You know, and plus, you know, I want my stuff, you know, my wife to get my van back, cause that ain't been involved in nothing, and I want my brother-in-law rims back, and the other shit that was taken that wasn't taken from none of these robberies. Cause that's shit that ain't got nothing to do with these cases.
Okay.
And I just want y'all to leave my family out of this, and I plead guilty.
We haven't threatened your family in any way, shape, or form, have we?
I don't know, I ain't talked to him.
Okay. Raphael, have you voluntarily made this statement?
Yeah.
Okay, no threats, no promise?